how to become a top voice on LinkedIn in 30 minutes or less. So we're going to go over a few things in this video, and it's going to start with going over what a top voice is on LinkedIn and distinguish between two completely separate categories. We're going to talk about collaborative articles and how you can add your contributions to these to actually get a badge similar to the one that you see on my profile right here that says top social selling voice on LinkedIn. I'll also show you how to measure your progress, and ultimately by the end of this, you should be able to take about 30 minutes of your time, add a bunch of contributions, and then let that sit for about 20 to 30 days at a maximum and rack up some likes and goodwill to then inevitably get this top voice. So let's start by going over by what top voices are on LinkedIn. So there's two distinct categories. There's this community top voice that you're viewing on my profile, which says top social selling voice. These are given out on a 60-day rolling period, and once you get it, you'll keep it for about 60 days unless you continue to add to these collaborative articles, which I'll talk about in a moment. Then the other top voice is this overarching LinkedIn top voice. Now this is a lot harder to get. It's akin to a verified badge or what it used to be on Instagram. And these are given out by LinkedIn itself. So we're going to ignore these completely for the purpose of this video. So you've probably seen it in your feed. Let me see if I can just scroll through my feed and find a collaborative article response just so you can see it firsthand. So right here, Zach Paul contributed to this collaborative article. So collaborative articles were LinkedIn's kind of new AI generated conversation starter. They released these back in 2023, and it's a way that AI is used to create content. But what they say is these articles begin as AI-powered conversation starters developed with our editorial team, but they aren't complete without insights from our members. And this is where you come in and you can play a part and get rewarded with this top social selling or whatever category voice. So the goal of this video is to show you exactly how to do that, and playing nice with LinkedIn is the best way to do it. LinkedIn's goal is to use AI to create articles, but then fact check and add the conversation with members. So that is inevitably what you're going to try to accomplish when I show you what to do next. So how do you actually get one of these? You need to contribute to collaborative articles, and I'll show you what these look like. Honestly, I haven't found a great way to find them other than typing in LinkedIn collaborative articles into Google. If you have a faster way of getting to it, drop it in the comments, but this is what I do every time. And then I click collaborative articles, and then I go to viewing collaborative articles and click list of collaborative articles. Once you get here, this is the total compilation. You can see 13 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, these articles are nonstop being published in different categories. You can see the categories, at least the most popular, over to the right. And this is the first thing you're going to need to figure out is what you want to be a top voice in. It's probably best to do it in whatever category relates to your industry, but you could be a top voice in anything, and you can actually have multiple top voices, although only one will show up at a time. I only have the social selling voice, so I can't choose other ones, but you're given the choice to choose between top voice badges. So what I'm going to show you is sales ones, because that's the ones that I'm most engaged with, but there literally are hundreds, if not thousands, of topics. So this entire page kind of goes into all of them. And a little tidbit is how LinkedIn judges whether you get to be a top voice or not is based on other people engaging with the contributions that you make. What that'll look like is kind of like this on my screen right here. It says Evan and 3 others reacted to your contribution. So that's why it's going to take about 30 minutes of your time to get a bunch of contributions out there. But then it's going to take anywhere from, I said 20 to 30 days. It could be shorter, but that's a good time frame to have in your mind, because LinkedIn needs to feed this to people and then get people to like your contribution. So it's kind of a game of getting likes on these contributions and making them good enough that other people are going to like them. As I was mentioning though, since that's the game you're playing, is you want to be in the top 5% of contributors, there's a lot less people that are contributing to ATM networks than something like social selling, which is the badge that I have. So if you just want any badge, I would go to some of these more obscure topics and contribute there with almost a guarantee of getting this top voice designation. Now, there's also this FAQ section that kind of answers everything. What I want to show you here is that what the requirements to get this badge are. So you must make three contributions in a specific skill to be eligible to earn the badge for that skill. Once you've made 3 contributions, a progress tracker unlocks, which I'll show you in a moment, showing your journey to earning the badge. If you're below 50% of contributors, it'll encourage you to make more insightful contributions. If you're above 50% but haven't earned the badge yet, it'll display where you rank. So what that looks like, so I have a badge in social selling. So you can see when I go to contribute to one of these articles, it says show off your badge in social selling, keep making quality contributions. So that's how I can keep this badge. Now, for lead generation, it says you're in the top 20% of quality contributors to lead generation. Badge holders are typically in the top 5%. Keep making quality contributions to improve your rank. And just for context, this is probably off of maybe 3 to 4 contributions that I've ever made. So what I'll show you next is how you can go and do about 20 to 25 of these all at once and then let them sit there. So it takes about 20 to 30 minutes of your time, but then over time you'll get likes on these contributions. And then lastly, what you'll likely see if you've never done this before is contribute to 3 or more articles in this skill to be eligible to earn a top sales prospecting voice badge. Check back tomorrow for your updated progress. All right. So again, what it looks like when people engage with your contribution is you're trying to get people to go here and like it. In the feed, it's going to be fed to people. And again, people are going to be able to like your contribution there. And that's inevitably how you will be given the top badge. But how do you make contributions in the first place? So we went to that kind of overarching hub. And when you're here, you can choose what you want to contribute to. I like going to kind of the recommended or top exploration categories. And just for sake of example, I'm going to choose sales. Now from here, it's going to show me all of the sales articles that are being generated. And you can see outside sales, account management, outside sales, retail sales. For the purpose of this, you want to focus on one of these categories. So let's go for lead generation for me. And I'm going to click that over on the side. So now I'm only going to see lead generation articles. So all of these, you can see they were created within the last day, if not even sooner. So 18 minutes ago, 59 minutes ago, so on and so forth. We're going to click into these then and make a contribution. So let's go with the first one. You're a lead generation professional. Are you aware of these common myths about time management? So I'll click into that article. That's the overarching title. And then these are the sub prompts that AI's created with a little blurb about them as well. These are supposed to serve as like some brainstorming ideas to give you examples of what you could contribute. Something else that I want to share is that what LinkedIn really wants is for people to share their experience, to share stories and other unique insights that you might have as compared to everybody else on LinkedIn. So keep that in mind when you're thinking of how to respond to these different collaborative articles. So myth 1, you can multitask. So in the context of lead generation and how myths are going to be debunked in this article, we're going to debunk the myth that you can multitask. So I'm just going to go ahead and say from my experience with multitasking, I've found myself to feel more productive, but when I go back to reflect on my day, I'm actually accomplishing less of my to-do list. This can really make it difficult because you feel productive but don't realize the impact multitasking is having until you look back on your work. My advice, make a to-do list, rank it 1 to 3, and complete those tasks in order. When you finish all 3, make a new list. So you can see that these have to be 750 characters or less, and they take a little bit of time to write, but you can do it off the dome. I'm not recommending that you do it with generative AI, but that's definitely out there if you want to do that. All in all, it should take you about 20 to 30 minutes to power through kind of these collaborative mentions. So I added one of my perspective. You can contribute 3 or more to start seeing your progress. What I like to do is I'll go and I'll add 3 contributions to a single article, and then I'll go to a brand new article to add another 3. What LinkedIn says, and you'll have to double check this, is that you can do 25 contributions a day. So what I recommend is go do 3 contributions on a single article, then go to a brand new article, do another 3, go to a third article to do another 3, and do that until you reach the limit for that day. The reason for that is then these contributions are going to sit there, and over time they're going to rack up these engagements. And as they rack up engagements, that's when you're going to get your badge. So again, it'll probably take you 30 minutes of work. Then it'll take about 20 to 30 days to actually get the badge. Once you get it, then you can continue contributing to make sure that you maintain it. Hopefully this was a helpful video. If you're interested in more tips and tricks about LinkedIn, check out the other videos on my YouTube or my LinkedIn profile. Until next time.